Alright, let's get into it, because this game frustrated me. This game, it could be so good, but there's just some glaring problems with it that, and it's not even like major problems like game breaking, just things that just felt so frustrating to play through that I just, ugh, Today we're talking about The Sinking City, a game by Frog Software. It's not that long of a game. It's only 19 hours to beat, 32 hours if you're full platinum. But I don't think this game deserves a platinum, in my opinion. If you're down with that, go for it.
Whoa. Don't tell me what you really think, Agent.
But we follow a man named Charles Reed, a private eye detective, invited to a small island of Oakland, Massachusetts, brought to him by a professor named Johannes Vandenberg, who very fancy, to investigate disappearances from around the country to the small island. Not only that, but also to help Charles with his visions that he's been currently having of mysterious creatures and world-ending events. And Charles just really wants to get rid of it all and just live a more normal life. Charles is a I want to say World War II, not too fully sure, but he's a war veteran. He's come to this island and he's been thrust into a town filled with racism of, honestly, very weird inhabitants, not to be racist myself, but very weird inhabitants of the Innsmouths and the Throgmortons, two classes of people.
Okay.
Throgmortons being the ruling elites and the Innsmouths being the normal inhabitants being put down by the very wealthy elites. But it's kind of strange because this town is currently sinking. It is currently being flooded by some weird events. And upon arriving, not only are you investigating these disappearances and your own supernatural visions, but you're now also tasked by the Throgmortons to help investigate the sinking of this city. Everything eventually ties together. You learn about the sinking, the inhabitants, your own visions, and the disappearances of these people to this island. And that's pretty much it. You are a detective, so you basically have no hand holding in this game. You're basically told to just explore, have a little bit of fun, and there is fun to be had. This game has a lot going for it. The monsters are very interesting, wild beasts, in creatures from the deep, being spawned out of basically thin air in some cases, turning the inhabitants of this town, humans, rat creatures, dogs, into just strange, vile creatures that attack anything that they see. You are also given a couple of weapons, like a gun, one pistol, one revolver, a machine gun, and a shotgun. And you also have your knife and a pan, I think. That's what you get at like the very beginning of the game. I'm not too sure. Where you can just whack away if you run out of bullets, which is actually pretty cool to me. The game feels like something out of BioShock, where resources are kept from you and you have to explore and discover everything, even though this game is definitely not BioShock. BioShock is like 100 times funner than this. But to each its own. This game feels good to play. And it also takes on, well, I feel like we should have said this at the very beginning, but this game takes on feelings of H.P. Lovecraft. And this game feels like that, where Cthulhu is like this overarching creature that is sinking the city. You're really not told that through, but also the cults that are on this town. So not only do you have the cult members, but you also have the wildebeests and just the general inhabitants, which is actually really cool to me. This town is sinking, so
I can't swim.
You can't what?
I can't swim.
it's an open world game, so getting around, you either are running from place to place or you're given a boat from location to location, spawning wherever your nearest docking station is. You can swim if you choose to, though the water is harmful. Don't recommend it. You have two bars, a health bar and a mind bar, where your health bar goes down, you eventually die. If your mind bar goes down, you start seeing creatures coming up from the ground and they start attacking you and you start going insane. So do not recommend. The detective work. This is where I really have a giant problem with this game. So you're here to investigate disappearances and just general crimes that are happening around the city. You can pick up different quest lines along from the main quest line of the disappearances and the sinking city and the Johannes Vandenberg and that whole thing. You can go to different crime scenes and just do odd jobs here and there and get paid for it. And even just the main quest, the biggest problem is this game refuses to hold your hand, and that's not bad, don't get me wrong. I love a good game that refuses to hold your hand, don't point you in a general direction, give you certain clues through the text that you pick up and having to find your way from around the map from the different addresses that the game gives you and you pinpoint it on the map. That's fine to me. I love that. This game also uses the Mind Palace, where Mind Palace is an actual real world thing that will help you with your memories, and it's used in the game to move the actual quest line forward. My problem is the game doesn't tell you what it is you should be looking at. I thought there might have been a sound that plays, but it's literally nothing. There was even, I think it was the third mission in the game where you have to run to the headquarters, and I spent literally an hour running back and forth up and down these stairs, even leaving the scene to like see if it was just bugged, and then coming back and then reloading it and everything until I've had to look up a wiki. And looking up the wiki told me I had to just stare at a wall and then things would start moving forward. And I don't do this. And if you're going to make something that requires me to use like certain types of visions like that, at least give me a sound, give me a sparkle, give me some like void rift, something. But that's literally my only problem with this game. Nothing else. I have no problems with literally anything else. The actual visions that you get from it is actually really cool, because you get something like the Batman playbacks where you get to see the crime scene as it played out, where the guy breaks down the wall and then reforms it by doing an incantation, and then you wouldn't have seen that regardless if you hadn't turned it on, and you get to walk in through like a wrinkle in time and you're just in another world essentially, seeing these crimes take place. That is super cool to me. Just minor thing, just so annoying. I guess next up we have skill tree. The skill tree is kind of basic, generic. You are able to level up your stats, your mind palace, your vision seeking, your guns, ammo, how much damage you do, how much damage you don't take. Just general things. Killing creatures will move this forward. Also, if you don't want to kill anything, just progressing through the quest lines will do it for you regardless. If you're willing to put the time and effort into it. This game is available for Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. I play this on the PC. I'm currently running a I'm currently running a Ryzen 7 5700 and a GTX 1660 Ti. So, also, before I forget, this game has 3 endings, which is actually really cool. I love a game with 3 endings. Alright, that's it for me. Thank you guys for being here today. Leave a like if you like today's videos. Thumbs down if you don't. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I do reviews every first Thursday and last Thursday of the month. And I do reactions during the middle of the month. And with short clips along the way. So, if you guys are enjoying, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Love you. Bye.